Right, so this is a follow-on of my code tutorial, which is purely for future reference for my future self. This is just showing code for a very basic rudimentary 2D side-scrolling game. This is just a small video going through simple code, just the basics of side-scroller games, just on the off chance I ever forget in the future. These video guides can be used as reference. Last video we went through the animation in both the handle animation and the update animation sections. Here, in this video, we're going to go through damage and death, and then shooting the enemy, because they both go hand in hand. The damage and death, to start with, you need to create two variables, a maximum health and a current health. These are both float variables. Current health should be set to 0, and maximum health should be whatever you want your maximum character health to be. In this game it's 0, because it's 100, sorry, because we have power up collectibles that allow the maximum health to increase. So for starters, we're going to create a custom event called damage. This then goes straight into a set current health. So we set current health because we want to clamp the current value between current health -1 and the maximum, which is max health. This then sets max health. This then sets current health. We're then going to compare it with 0, not compare, make sure it's equal to. If it's equal to 0, then we set our state machine, which we spoke about in the last video. We change our state machine to dead. Play the sound, the death sound. Disable the input for the player movement. And then I have a delay and pause the game. And then show mouse cursor, so we can move the mouse about and click about. And then we have the game over screen, the widget. Going back over here, if the current health is bigger than 0 or it's not equal to 0, but you do get hit, that's what the -1 checks. It checks if it's being hit. If it gets hit and you don't die, then it sets the state machine to hit, plays the sound at location, it has another small delay, and then changes the state to knockback, as I have two different animations for getting hit and getting knockback. Then we delay it again, and then we reset the player state to idle. That is a very simple but very easy damage system. Shooting then, oh sorry, I need to go to the construction script. Construction script. At the very start, before anything else, we need to set current health as maximum health. This makes it so when the player first boots up the game, that it immediately, before the game does anything else, it sets the player's current health as max health. In this I will also go through the health bar UI, as that can also be pretty complicated. So for shooting, we map input action as a shoot. So here, see where it says shoot there, it's an action mapping, and we've mapped that to left mouse button. So with that now mapped in the game settings, project settings, after the player presses that input, it plays the gunshot sound, and we spawn a shot blueprint. This shot blueprint is an actor that we've also made. So this is the player blueprint. We've made a separate actor blueprint for the shot, and then we're going to change the player state to shooting and update the animation, so the animation changes up here. Once the button is released, it has a retriggerable delay, so it can be pressed again. It then sets the player state to idle again, and then updates the animation. So that was a very quick rundown of damage and death system and then the shooting system. I'm now going to show the health bar system, as that can also get complicated sometimes. Here's the health bar UI. It's a very simple widget that is just a progress bar and two texts that are mapped to different values. So for the health value, this is the player's current health. If I go on this graph, this text is the current health. No, sorry, this is the maximum health. So this is the second value there, the max HP. So for get text, you want to cast it to the side scroller character blueprint. You want to get the player character function. Then as the side scroller character, you're going to get max health and then put it as a return to text node. It's really simple to get maximum health and current health for the texts. The hard part is getting the progress bar to fill, and I have made it change colours at different health points. So this is the current health one. This is almost identical to the maximum health system, except the one change is the current health. So you're going to cast the side scroller character, get the player character, get the current health this time, and then to text flow node, and put that into the return value. So for the progress bar to fill, you're simply going to cast the 2D side scroller character, get the player character again as your object. As the side scroller, you're going to get the current health and the maximum health, and you're going to divide it. Make sure that it's the current health divided by the maximum health, and put that as the return value. That will then fill the bar to the value. So when the current health and max health are the same, it'll be full, because the full value of that progress bar is 1. It's 1.0. My health is 100. So obviously, if my current health was 100 and my maximum health is 100, 100 divided by 100 is 1. So it's a full bar. If my current health is lower than my maximum health, it will be less than 1. So it will fill the bar accordingly to the fraction. Now for the fill colour, this is where it gets a little bit trickier, but not 100% trickier. So for the colour and opacity, you first of all going to get a branch. So if off the branch, because the branch basically is an if statement for Unreal Engine, off the true, you're going to return it as just green. In this case, it's green because you're going to be maximum health. Then I have it set up with a object character reference system. You don't have to do this, I just find it easier. So I've got my character reference, and I have got current health. I've got my current health off of my character reference. I'm then going to compare it. So if my health is greater than 66, that's where the true value comes in, and that's where it's up to green. And they're going to compare it again. And if it's less than 66 and it's bigger than 33, it's going to go to another branch, which then if that is true, so if it is less than 66 but bigger than 33, it's yellow. Again, if that's false, it goes to another branch, which then compares if it's less than 33 but above 0, and it returns the fill colour as red. So mine worked in thirds. So if you're full health or top third health, you're in green. If you're damaged a bit but not a lot, so if you're between 1 and 2/3 full, it's yellow, and if you're between 1/3 and dead, it's red, to signify that you're in danger.